Hello AOS fans, it's me Pete, and I've put together this little video to try and help explain to you what rotation means. So rotation, what does it mean? If you've come into the game in the Nightvault days, or maybe the Beastgrave days, you might not be 100% sure what this means. You might not have had to experience it yet, so I figured I'd try and put this together with some handy little graphics and try and explain that to you. So we've got effectively two seasons, as they term it right now. We've got Nightvault and we've got Beastgrave. Now with Nightvault, there were some extra card backs that came out. There was the Powers Unbound pack and some boards that also came out, and in Beastgrave we've got the Arena Mortis set, we've also got the gift pack, and those are all parts of those two seasons. Now we've got Direchasm coming, and that's effectively season 4, and what will happen is when Direchasm rolls in, Nightvault rolls out. So that means all of the universal cards that came with Nightvault, in all of the warbands that came with the Nightvault, all of the card packs and all of the boards that came in the Nightvault season are gone. They are all ruled out. You now have Beastgrave, all of the card packs that came with that, and any extra boards with the Arena Mortis and the gift pack, and you've got Direchasm. And that's it. That's pretty much what rotation means. Now, what it means for the game is that we've gone from a pool of, all of the however many millions of cards there were in the Nightvault to just Beastgrave and a few cards that are going to come out in Direchasm. It helps the game. It helps GW to start to phase out older cards that they know were badly done or just were a bit imbalanced. Helps them tone the game, helps them shape it, make the cards that they then create and bring in more balanced, more fun, more interactive, and just generally better for the game. So overall, rotation is a good thing. A lot of people say, well, it's GW just jumping on the money train and just, printing more stuff and making you buy it. Well, you know what? That's just how capitalism works, I'm afraid. But you don't have to follow the rotation rule. If you and all your friends just have Shadespire and you're still sitting in the heady days of ready for action, then you can keep playing that if you want. However, if you go to a tournament, chances are most of the time it's going to be in the rotation sphere setup, so you're only going to be able to use your Beastgrave and your Direchasm cards going forwards. Personally, I'm a big fan of rotation. When we had the very early days, we had Shadespire come out, we only had loads of cards. Then we had Nightvault come out and there were tons of cards. And then after that, when Beastgrave's coming along, we were sitting there thinking, my God, when all the Beastgrave cards come out, there's going to be billions of cards coming out. I have no idea how I'm going to make a deck anymore. But then they introduced this rotation system. We were like, excellent. I was actually really happy about that. I think Robin was too. It just means there's so much less work to have to put in. You've just got so many less cards. Now, you have got Underworlds DB out there, a fantastic resource for building decks. I would very much recommend that one. Go and check that one out, and he will be updating his website as the rotations happen to help you identify which cards you can and can't use in a legitimate or legal tournament deck. And overall, I think that it's just good for the game. Some people out there want to keep all that old season cards. You know what? That's absolutely fine too. But like I say, the rotation system is generally used, especially in their tournaments. So if you want to be able to go to tournaments, maybe in the future of 2021, we might see Grand Clashes again. You're going to have to follow the rotation system. Now, it's important to remember that when the cards rotate out, warbands stay in. So currently, Season 1 warbands, your Scritch and your Sepulchral Warden, even your Severin and your Garrick, they are still valid, as are all the warband specific cards. Same with Nightvault. When Nightvault rotates out, you will still be able to use your Thunderix Profiteers, you'll still be able to use your Thorns, you're still going to be able to use your Mollog. You can get your Mollog out whenever you like, and you'll still be able to use your warband specific cards, but you won't be able to use the universal cards that came with those warbands. And you might be sitting there thinking, well, that's a bit of a con. I bought all these and now I can't use them. Like I say, you can use them, but this is how capitalism works. At the end of the day, it's all about making more stuff for you to buy, and actually it does benefit the game overall. So there you go. Hopefully that makes sense to you. Right now we've got Beastgrave and Nightvault, and when we get Direchasm come along, everything shifts along, and then we have the Beastgrave and Direchasm cards only. Don't forget, you can still use all your warbands and all your warband specific cards. It's just the universals and the boards that rotate out. So hopefully that makes sense. If you've got any questions, do shout in the comments below, and hopefully this video will be applicable for seasons going forward as well. So if you are seeing this in the future and we're witnessing the demise of Direchasm as it rotates out and we get a season, I don't know, whatever it's going to be then, 7, 8, something like that, hopefully this still applies. But if it does or doesn't, or if you're watching this for the first time or you're watching it 6 years later, do chuck a comment below about how you feel about rotation. Do you think it's good for the game? Do you think it's all a con? Do you think, like me, that it helps you make decks without so much of a headache with the overhead of having to balance all the cards? Anyway, I'll see you soon in the Beast Grave, or maybe the Direchasm.